Welcome to this video on the final prediction before the Tyson Fury Usyk fight coming tonight, Saturday the 18th of May, and just really going through what's really happened in the press conferences, the weigh-ins, and final thoughts upon what is actually going to happen within the fight tonight. So going through from the press conference, there was a bit of just for major details really, Fury giving a lot of respect to Usyk. Usyk really acting very same old. It's just another opponent to Usyk, and he doesn't really have to think about the opponent. He thinks about himself and how he's going to beat Tyson, that he's ready to beat anyone in front of him. Fury, strangely, giving a lot of respect compared to other fights he's had, like recently. When you look at, even going back, Tyson Fury's really trying to put it on his opponents to go, look, I'm the best and all that. Whereas Usyk, he's really going, look, we're both good fighters. Who's going to win? Who's going to win? Which is a bit strange. Sort of, he's put it down to his respect for Usyk alone. That he obviously, he's saying he doesn't respect the others, but he clearly respects Usyk a lot, which I think he does. But I do think there's something different there around Tyson Fury before this fight, that he has a fear for Usyk. He's just so good. He's beat AJ clearly twice, and he's that opponent but look, let's be honest. Do I think he has any more fear than he did when he first came back against Wilder? I don't think he does. I think it's just different. I think he's in boxing. At that point, he was like, let's just see if I've still got it. Let's see if I've still got it against this guy who's calling me out. Deontay Wilder, let's see if I've still got it. Against Usyk, he knows Usyk is way levels above anyone he's ever fought, and he is the best in the world. And whoever wins tonight will be considered the best in the world for a good long time. I don't think anyone's going to beat the person who wins tonight for a good long time. So I think that's the thing of, this is high pressure. This is, what you thought Wilder was a challenge. Well, this guy's went through AJ twice. He's went through Dubois and is up there with. He's sort of got very similar level of challenges that you've had. He's beat AJ, you've beat Wilder. They're two massive names in the sport. And really, it's time to go, well, you're both undefeated. Who's going to lose your record now? And that's the point tonight, why it's a bit more of a thing. Obviously, everyone's going to get, whoever wins becomes undisputed and gets every belt in the heavyweight division. And, that's a big thing as well. So I think that changes it a bit. But Fury's giving a lot of respect to Usyk. I do think partially for that is fear of how good that guy is across from him now, and I don't think he's ever had that doubt before, and I think that's a bit of a problem where he respects Usyk a lot, and I think he's got a bit of that doubt. I don't think he never doubted himself before coming up, but I think he does currently. Slightly. I don't mean it's a lot, but there's something different about him. John Fury, obviously, we can't not talk about after the press conference, has headbutted. From what videos show, he's headbutted someone in the Usyk camp or within the Usyk team, and it looked a bit of a weird. A very odd situation where the guy you only see a very short snip of the whole ordeal, but it just looks like the guy's there. He's nowhere near the size of John Fury, and John Fury just goes for a headbutt on him, which is very, to be honest, it's that type of fight where the more respect given, makes us look better. I think this is such a big event, undisputed. Undisputed fight. Whoever wins this is going to become undisputed. It hasn't happened in 25 years. I think there needs to be a lot more respect about the occasion of it from the Fury camp more than anything, because that's happened, and I'll talk later about another event that's happened. But that type of thing, even in a normal fight, isn't really acceptable. But especially in this type of high level, this is gonna be one for the history books and will be watched forevermore by boxing fans. I think there was need for more restraint from both camps of this needs to look very professional. And it obviously clearly wasn't. So going forward after the press conference, Usyk very, and you'll see this throughout, it's very much normal. He doesn't, he's not going off tune for what he's saying. Fury weighing comes along, they weigh him. All that happens, everyone's holding up their belts and things. And there's a point where Fury's actually not, they're meant to be facing off, and Fury isn't even looking at Usyk, which is telltale. Fury loves to face down his opponents, while everyone he's up for a face off with his opponent. Usyk he doesn't, which again ties in how weird it is how much respect he's providing Usyk. And I just think they do face off eventually, but it's a bit of a weird one. And then a fight starts, it's a bit of pushing it, not a fight, but a bit of pushing and shoving from, Fury's team starts, it's from Fury's side that it starts from, and then Usyk's team and stuff pushes back. But it's just that type of thing. But again, more professionalism. Yeah, that's probably standard for a boxing, 1 out of 10 boxing fights, you have that a bit pushing and shoving on the stage of the weigh-in or the face-off. But this event needs a bit more professionalism, I think, for the reason of this will be watched forevermore. It's going to be that one where, look, it's been 25 years since the last one. How long again before another undisputed champion comes about? It will be a long time. History dictates what we should forecast the future being, and if we're saying 25 years, it could be at least another 25 years before we get that again. So you're talking, even if you're talking rough and mean, it's 20 something years at least likely to be before we get another undisputed heavyweight champion. And once these two, whoever wins and becomes undisputed, once they lay down their titles, at the end of the day, that'll be another 20 years or so at least before we get another undisputed. So it's that problem of this will be watched for a long, long time, and this is one of the biggest events ever. Especially, look, up to date, this will bring in the most money just with everything involved. It's in Saudi Arabia. It's got all that money behind it, and a lot of people, everyone wants to watch this fight because it's that 25-year lack of an undisputed heavyweight champion. Everyone will want to watch this, and I just think there was a bit more professionalism needed for the fight. I think it was just that point of both teams need to be. I don't care what your problem is. I don't care what, John Fury going shouting at people. Just stop it. It needs to be professional. It needs to look that actually we're in control of ourselves. We are athletes. We aren't just here to brawl. And it's just turned into a bit more than, other Fury fights. I don't know another Fury fight where this sort of level of problem outside that ring has happened. Which suggests to me there's a few key problems that they're not too sure that if you're sure Fury's going to win, why would you be causing problems for him? Where he has to come out, he literally had to come out on an interview going, saying about John Fury's headbutt and the event of that, and so it's a bit. Why would you cause that problem when your Tyson's going to win? I think they've got major just sort of issues with coming to the terms that Usyk may win, and I think they understand that. I think it's a tie. I think it's a 50-50 chance, and that will cause them to want to get any advantage, and the Fury team to go, well, I want to get any advantage from intimidation or anything like that, that we can. Any ruffle feathers will help us here. And that's why you haven't seen it on any other fight, because they didn't need to. They were fully trusting Fury's going to get it done. So, getting on to it now, my final thoughts after all that's happened, after all the press conferences, all the weigh-ins, everything, and we're getting on to, literally, I mean, as I upload this, the event is already starting up at this point in time. So, what do I think the result will be? I think that, if I had to put it all on the line, Usyk will win this by decision. I think he wins it by decision. I think Fury does well. I think Usyk does well. I think it's a very back and forth contest, but I think Usyk edges it out because he is the better at winning rounds. He's done better on the amateurs at winning rounds, understanding how to win rounds and not just go for the knockout. I think Fury will try it, and I think he'll just come short. I think he will. And I think that's the whole point. I think there will be a rematch after this because of that. I think Usyk wins by maybe 2 or 3 rounds. And I think some people will dispute that. I think it could even be a split decision because of that. But the honest fact is, I think on my scorecard, I think it will be 3 rounds more to Usyk that he's won to Fury. And I think that's how he wins by decision. I don't see a knockout happening. I've got a sneaky suspicion, actually, that there could be a doctor stoppage for an Usyk win. So a doctor stoppage because of a Tyson cut. Then there is a knockout of Tyson. I do seriously believe that is more likely because Tyson's just so big and tall. He can get out of the way of them punches more. And I think he's just good. I think he's just a bit more out there with his punches, just a bit more unorthodox than AJ, where he can just put him off a bit more, where I don't think the knockout's more likely, but I do think that cut for Tyson Fury before and the scar tissue he's got is a big concern, seeing that he's got that in sparring. I know he's had time to recover, but he got that in sparring. It's not a real fight. You know, Usyk is... I do think he'll get the decision though. I think he's just a better technical boxer. I think he'll do a technical fight. He won't get involved with any antics. He'll go for a very technical fight, Usyk, and he'll get it done. I think that's Usyk's career. He gets it done, and I don't see that not happening again. So please like and subscribe. What you think? I hope you guys enjoy the fight tonight. It should be a brilliant fight, and I'll see you next time.